It's Sweet Subversives. It's Wednesday.
It is.
It's hump day.
It is. Yes.
It's like the best day of the week.
Hump day.
Humpa. This week went pretty fast. It was kind of crazy. But yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, is it Wednesday already? Like what?
Yeah, I know.
Who knew? Like, how are you doing, Cara?
Okay.
Okay. I know.
We'll leave it at that.
I hope this show goes well. If not, we can always do a do-over. I see there's a comment already. Holy moly. It's Debbie
Walker. Yay! Debbie just got off of her 24-hour Facebook ban.
Yes, which is part of what we're going to talk about today is the fact that
fascist book
that we're on right now. So they're probably just like, oh, you're done. Has been
no Facebook for you.
No, 2 weeks. And then they'll probably make it happen. And you're like, well, what did I do? You're like, you use the word Facebook in vain. I'm like, hey, it was a free country. Not anymore. So Debbie was in Facebook jail.
Yeah, she was.
Many of our friends have been in Facebook jail for a lot lately. And some people forever Facebook jail, which is a new thing.
Yeah, I mean, Facebook jail has always been kind of there, and people have been going in and out of it and all that kind of stuff. And, some of the violations are weird. Like you'll report someone for literally threatening to kill someone, and Facebook will say, oh, no violation of community standards there. And then you'll say something like, don't be so silly. This is blah, 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 blah. And they'll be like, and then Facebook will be like, oh, well, that violated our community standards because you were name calling. It's like,
yeah.
What?
It's bullying.
So, I mean, that's always been kind of weird. But if you've seen articles, Facebook is getting ready to clamp down very hard starting tomorrow.
October 1st.
Yes, although they have been rolling it out and they've been testing it ahead of time, and they've been testing it out in other countries and other elections. So there's 2 stages that they're doing, and we are starting to see some fallout from that. So the first stage is they are really going to be clamping down starting October 1st.
Yeah.
And there's actually 3 stages, really. And then October 27th, they no longer allow political ads or ads on anything of a political nature or public policy nature. So then they end that. And then they also have what they call a break glass option for after the election if they feel that it has become contentious. And they won't go into details over what those break glass tools are, but they sound pretty drastic because the intent is to stop people from spreading information, really, which is what it is. And it's not just false information. It will be information on protests or anything like that, or being able to organize protests or that type of thing. So that's kind of the 3 stages that we're in, but we're already starting to see some of the fallout. I mean, like Debbie, she got hosed because some dumbass reported her. Yeah. And, it wasn't even a big deal. It was like, again, it was an old post that got dredged up, and then boop, you're gone for 24 hours. But what we're also seeing is we're seeing large libertarian pages like the New Libertarian, different pages like that, getting zucked. Just gone, deleted.
See, that's what worries me is they totally deleted it. It's not like cut for a little while. It's forever
gone. But we're also seeing individual accounts getting a permaban, which at least they can try to appeal it, although Facebook isn't really letting them appeal it. But they're also deactivating and deleting personal accounts as well. And there's no appeal on that. Like, you're just done. And we are seeing that happen to party leaders, campaign persons in campaigns, such as the person who runs the social media for our vice presidential candidate, got zucked.
Oh my Lord.
Right. So that doesn't interfere at all with trying to run a campaign.
It seems sort of targeted, and the timing seems targeted.
Yes, it does. And I do know the Libertarian Party is trying to work with Facebook and find out what the heck is going on. And it seems like there's a couple things that are going on that is resulting in people getting permabans, deletes, that kind of stuff. And in fact, I got a warning that my account is in danger of being deleted. And like, I've never had a suspension. I've never had a post deleted. And just like out of the blue. And it's not even referencing any posts I've made or anything. It's just saying, here's your warning. You know, if you continue violating community standards, you'll be deleted. And I'm like, but I haven't. So I'm like, well, we'll see. But it looks like a couple things are happening. Number one, if you admin a group, if you are the admin of a group and someone in that group posts a post that Facebook then deletes,
right,
the admins can be suspended for that. So that's one thing that's happening. Yeah.
Whoa.
And they're combing back through old posts. So things that used to not violate community standards now do. So it's like posts from 2013.
Retroactive rules
right.
seem unreasonable to me.
Just slightly.
Because you don't even know, like, oh, that's wrong? Okay, I'll never do that again. You can't go back in time.
No. The other thing is, if you are adminning a group and your personal account is not verified, you are in danger of being zucked. Related to that, it appears, an algorithm that Facebook is using to search for what they consider like Russian bots and people trying to influence the election, outside sources trying to influence the election. And one of those criteria are encouraging people to vote for anyone other than the two old party candidates.
Okay, but what about people that actually
want everyone that's in those parties?
I'm not a Russian. I just got to tell you.
So even people that haven't been zucked, what is happening is they are being asked repeatedly to verify their identity. And that's another thing that I had to do today. So I had to take a picture front and back of my driver's license again. And now keep in mind, I'm verified. I can run paid ads.
Yeah.
So like I'm fully verified. Like I went through this process, all that kind of stuff. Not only did I have to do that, but I then had to take a picture of my face within, I think it was like 20 seconds and load it.
It's like, right now, do it.
Yeah, to make sure it was me with that driver's license.
It's just out of hand.
So, I think it's a couple things. And I think some of it is they have their AI cranked up so hard, and what their criteria is for what they see as illegally influencing our election, what they're actually engaging in is electioneering. Because now they are making it difficult for anyone who is not a Republican or a Democrat to run a campaign. Because keep in mind, we're having candidates now. Our Libertarian candidates are getting warnings that their accounts may be deactivated.
God. It just breaks my brain.
Yeah. So we're hoping to work with Facebook on this, but they are a private entity. They do get to do what they want. We are the product. We're not the customer. Nope. That's how that is. Exactly. But they do have a huge impact on our election. And for them to have this much of a bias this close to our election and to directly affect candidates and campaign teams and political parties' ability to campaign, I think it may not fit the absolute 100% legal definition of electioneering, but it is.
It totally is, and with the amount of power that Facebook has, there's no questioning that this is them interfering. with election.
Yes.
And targeting a whole group of people who happen to not be, Democrat, not be Republican. This is what Celine says. Can you move your stuff by creating another one under a different name?
So that is another thing that will get you picked up by the AI to get zucked.
Yeah. Even if you're like looking at making another account, like they're going to target you.
Yeah. And we do have candidates and campaign team members who are now operating on a different name with a different account. But there again, you have to start completely over. You have to refriend everyone. You have to build your network. You have to have enough posts that you can push past, how Facebook sets up how people can, whether they can see your stuff or not, the algorithm, whether you can push past that. So, to have your legs knocked out from under you like that, it really just, it would be in a similar manner because, again, keep in mind these campaign teams and candidates are paying to run ads and different things like that. So in that case, they kind of are the customer. Yeah. It would be the same as if a newspaper or a TV station said, I will only run ads by this party, and because you're another political party, I will refuse. Yeah. And there is case law on that.
Yes.
So there is case law on that.
So do you think there's a precedent that they could have lawsuits against Facebook for this?
We'll see.
I don't know. Always have a sock puppet account handy. But they may get you on that. You never know. So the big thing this week is a lot of our libertarian friends are backing up everything they have. Like there's a way that you can back up all your photos from Facebook, all of your content. It's an archive.
Although it sucks because it's low res.
It is low res, but then you have it at least.
So if it's your photos, they're going to be low res. You can never print them.
Yes. I did have some better luck with there's a switch over option to Google Photos. It is a little higher res, but the ones that you download yourself, no.
Yeah. So I did I think it's called Social Book. I'm testing it out. We'll see. We'll see if it lasts long enough that I can do this. And so I downloaded my 2016, and on Social Book you can download everything and it will do it in highest resolution. You can do your photos, all of your statuses, all that kind of stuff. And then you can go on month by month and you can uncheck what you don't want printed. Because when I originally loaded my 2016, it would have been like $180 because I post so much and I have so many photos. But I got it down to $88.
Good.
And so I want to see what that looks like. And then if it looks good, I'm going to do it for every year. I'm going to just jam and get my years done, and we'll see.
What is it called again?
I think it's called Social Book.
Social Book? Okay, I have to look at that because I'm nervous about it. I don't like losing things.
I don't either.
I have like old accounts when they lost MySpace. It's so stupid. I was mad about the MySpace stuff disappearing because
I'm still trying to figure out how to log back into Photo Bucket and delete and download my stuff out of Photo Bucket.
That's why it's good to have it so you can easily move it. I know I have too many places where things are like Flickr and like Photo Bucket and Google, and it just gets to be too much. So it is good to at least think about it right now. Like, where is all this stuff?
Yeah, and where are we going to migrate to?
Exactly.
Because I think Facebook has dealt themselves a mortal blow.
I do too.
I think they have finally dealt themselves, because people have stayed with Facebook because it's such a pain in the butt to move somewhere else. And then when you first move somewhere else, you don't see everyone. So then you're like, screw it. And you go back to Facebook. But I think this has actually started the migration.
I think so
And
too.
so I haven't heard that Instagram is deleting people. I have
No.
heard Twitter is, though.
Twitter is deleting people? Oh.
Yep. Yeah, and migration, that's the big question. So I have Signal,
Yeah.
so that I can at least text with people, and that's end-to-end encryption. And then I am rechecking out, what is it?
MeWe, maybe? Peewee, whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
To figure out, do I go to that?
I know I put a Sweet Subversives group on there because the pages you have to pay for, but the group I set up, but they don't have a lot of the features that Facebook has, so it's kind of sucky. And I find that there are a lot of people sending me weird chat messages now that I'm like, oh
my God, yes.
Creepy.
Yeah,
I'm like, guys, don't send me
little...
messages on it. It's gross. I don't want that. I'm married, you know? I'm like, and also I'm boring. So don't. But, you know, that's one of the things is like, if it's too weird, I won't want to stay there either, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I mean, I guess we're going to figure out where people migrate to, because the migration is happening.
It will.
The social media migration is happening. Although, you know, so we're having another migration.
Oh, my.
So I was...
Hi, Lexi. I'm hot.
Hey there.
Yeah,
yes,
I'm not. I am kind of cute, but that's okay.
So the other migration is, yeah.
Why don't more women group?
Yes. Someone needs to make one. So please make one. So the last 3 months in the United States, so many people have moved that this is the greatest migration of people within the United States since the Dust Bowl.
Oh, my Lord.
But I mean, really, don't you all know someone that's moved, or several someones that's moved in the last couple months?
Oh, yeah. I wonder if it has something to do a little bit with, what is that? The social net, not the social network. There's a thing on Netflix that talks about social media and how pervasive it is, and the data mining, and how they're trying to control our lives. And then you see them actually trying to control our lives. So you go, they are right. Maybe I should leave Facebook because they are trying to control me. And I don't want to let them.
People should move to Indiana, where the next governor will be a libertarian. Yes, Rainwater is polling at 27% in a three-way race. Yeah, he is. And the Republicans and the Democrats are going after him hard, which is how you know he has a legitimate chance of being governor. And yes, if Rainwater would get to be governor, I bet there would be libertarians moving to Indiana. But seriously, don't you all know a couple people that have just picked up and moved in the last couple of months?
Yes. I mean, seriously, I at least talk about it, like physically. And I was thinking you were meaning like
no, physically,
electronically, but physically, yes, they are
physically moved. This is the greatest migration of people within the United States since the Dust Bowl. And people moved because they were going to starve and die.
Yes. I mean, you think about all the jobs people are losing right now, and, you know, that some of the states are handling things in a rather poor way. There's so much, there's dissatisfaction, there's riots, there's everything's falling apart, you know, and so people are moving. And I thought about it, you know, it's not pretty.
Well, and so New York is seeing an incredible migration out of the state, just point blank out of the state. And it's not even like they're looking for a place that they perceive has less COVID issues, right?
Yeah, which is what I thought it might be, but
because one of the areas that they're moving to is Georgia.
Well, and they have COVID.
So, yeah.
People are fleeing California. And
people are fleeing California.
I mean, would you want to be in a place that's constantly on fire?
People are fleeing California in such numbers, and businesses are fleeing California in such numbers that they are trying to say that even if you move, you have to pay taxes for a certain number of years, or you have to pay a certain amount of tax to leave. And people are like,
I don't
no.
think so. I moved to another state. I pay them taxes, but not you guys.
Right. Exactly.
What are they? Like the mob?
Yeah. So, but it's kind of interesting and South Dakota is seeing a large influx. I know a couple of people who are realtors in South Dakota, and they said it's hard to find a property for sale now.
I know. It's just crazy.
Because people are moving there like crazy, and they're moving their businesses there. They are up and moving. Yes, Minnesota does chase retirees very badly. And Minnesota does weird things like if you're still on a church registry in Minnesota, then they consider you that you still live here, even if you sold your house.
But
I'm not kidding.
I'm just going to say, like, I know a lot of people that work at churches don't always update everything regularly. Yeah. So, and they sometimes keep you on because maybe you'll like donate money and they want to keep track of you, but it doesn't mean you go there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yes. Yeah. No, Minnesota is pretty vile about that.
I just, I feel like they're trapping people into paying taxes that, you know, they all want our money. I mean, ultimately that's got to be their goal.
Tax cows.
But it's funny that the ones where they don't have as much taxes is where people are running to, because I kind of think they're
funny
that maybe like the thing to do isn't to bleed people dry.
Well, you know, you can shear a sheep or you can skin a sheep. And sometimes they skin the sheep.
Yeah. To the point where
you can only do that once.
Yeah. I think that what their intent is to do both.
Yeah.
It's like, I
got to make my cocktail.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. I'm running out. So, yes, we need drinkies. I'm having
what
gin
are you
and
doing?
tonic. Gin and tonic today.
Like a champ.
Yeah, no, sorry.
So, I'm making a Butterfinger cocktail.
I love those ice cubes.
Because tomorrow is the first day of October, which is Halloween month. Yay! So, on Halloween month, I drink cocktails that are like candy bars. So tonight is a Butterfinger. It's really easy, and I can also tell you like a couple ways to make it differently. I do the big ice cube because that's how I roll. Yeah. So it's a really easy one, but it's pretty much all booze. Okay, so it is 1 part butterscotch schnapps.
Oh, butterscotch, yum. So I think I have some of that at home.
So, you know, do a nice healthy shot of butterscotch schnapps. 1 part vodka, and I do like to use the vanilla vodka.
Oh, yeah, that's
when I'm making like a candy bar-y type, you know, cocktail. So then you do 1 part of that in your glass. And then, now this is where you can do a variation. To make it super yummy, you can use that Godiva's dark chocolate cream liqueur.
Oh, yeah.
And that's amazing.
Oh, man.
I do not have that. But I do have cream de cocoa, and it's a white one. So this gives it that chocolate flavor.
So
So you're going to do 1 part of that.
Yeah.
And then put all this back. And then you do just like a little bit of heavy cream.
Oh, gosh.
Just a little splash.
Oh, man.
If you do the Godiva's dark chocolate cream, you don't need to do the heavy cream.
I like cream in a drink, though. I think that's really good. Love white.
Holy crap, is this good?
That looks so amazing. I'm jealous now.
And it does taste like a Butterfinger.
I want that. I want this whole next month, since it's going to be demented anyway, to be like Halloween themed. So part of me is thinking about
decorating day.
Decorating tomorrow. I want to. Well, I actually have to work during the day, but like decorating before the end of the weekend, and then I want to wear like Halloween's themed things for every Zoom meeting and kind of confuse the hell out of everyone. Because I'll be at work, but at home, so I could just wear masks and stuff. Except maybe when it's my boss on there, but everybody else, they can enjoy it. I have all these costumes, and I'm not going to probably end up going anywhere this year, so I might as well wear them all. Maybe
I am decorating the hell out of my yard. And I don't have much of a yard because I'm in a townhome, but I do have a little yardway, and it's got like these kind of spooky pathways through the woods that connect our townhome. So I am decorating the hell out of that, and I'm trying to get my other neighbors to decorate too. But we'll see.
Love it. Also, I want to buy like pumpkin beer and pumpkin like drinks in general, and like chocolate, like have things so it's like a Halloween every day.
See, you can have your pumpkin. I'm an apple cider person.
I love apple cider too, though.
I do apple cider. That's my fall thing.
Because this is like, okay, October is my birthday month, so I feel like the whole month I have to celebrate like nonstop. So starting tomorrow, and you guys may not know, because then I may get zucked and then I'm gone. But if I'm gone, at least I'm happy with like my October booze. It will be good. Is this true? Is Trump in Duluth right now? I did not know that. I just saw. Like, what? He can stay there. That's far away from me. Actually, I love Duluth, so he needs to leave.
Oh man, someone else likes pumpkin, Heather.
Oh God, pumpkin shakes. Oh my God, that's like diabetes in a glass, man. Oh.
Oh yeah, Heather wants to decorate, Debbie wants to decorate her RV park space. Oh yeah, that giant black spider. That would be amazing on the roof.
That would be
Debbie.
Awesome.
That would be amazing.
You should do that. I think we should all do something fun. Decorate your space. I don't know. Okay, seriously, if you're not into Halloween, what's wrong with you? But do something fun. Either Halloween themes or fall themes. Just go with it. Do something fun, and you will enjoy your space, because it's like you think it's felt like Halloween, but I like Halloween. I think like Halloween. Halloween's super fun. I feel like it's been dark and spooky in a different way, but not like Halloween.
Right.
I think it's more like a dystopian. I'm surprised we haven't had human sacrifice yet. Seriously, like this year.
Who says we haven't?
Exactly. Maybe. I was just thinking like tying somebody up to the ocean and
the Burning Man and
like a Wicker Man and or like the Kraken. How like have the Virgin tied up so the monster. Andromeda. Yes. Have Andromeda getting taken.
Save me, Perseus.
It's like, oh yes, I'm Harry Hamlin. Although, like, I know they made other movies because I'm old, but I'm like, if Harry Hamlin is, he was so hot back then. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, yes.
And the new guy, I'm like,
people don't know what we're talking about. I can tell you, no one knows what we're talking about right now.
No, I know.
Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans, baby.
The first one, not that remake bullshit.
Like Liam Neeson is in it and he's awesome, but like that whole movie was a shit show. I'm sorry. I really wanted to like it, but and they even made fun of the little, God, what is the name of the little owl? The mechanical owl. Bubo?
Yeah, I might like that movie too much.
I love that. Oh my God, it's been forever since I've seen it. I need to watch it again. 200,000 human sacrifices. No, it's not even funny when you say it that way. No, I wanted it to be like epic and like we're on a freaking Pegasus and we're gonna save the United States by like flying in with a sword and going, we're going to stop this madman that's making this happen. So,
well, whose head would we be holding to freeze everyone?
It'd be Trump. No.
Don't even. We are so getting visited by the Secret Service. You realize that he's in our state right now.
Oh, no. I didn't mean it. I was just thinking, like, who would be the one that would freeze people, though? Like, what would you see? Like, something you're like, whose head is that? Oh, my God. Everyone's like, turns to stone. Yeah, it'd have to be somebody else. I don't know.
I'm not with her. Honestly, Secret Service. I don't even know who she is.
I know nothing. That's my, and you know, when you have drinks, you say things. I'm like, no, Kathy Lee approved. Oh, Mitch the turtle. Oh my God. So anyway, I'm sorry about getting us banned for life on whatever. I have no problem with Cheeto, whatever they call him.
Oh yeah. So hey, how about that debate?
Oh yeah.
Did you even watch it?
I watched a little bit of it, but it was so bad that I turned it off. And I don't have cable, so
I have not watched a single second of it. I did not watch a single second.
Honestly, it wouldn't have changed my mind either way, but I was delighting in the fact that it went so badly. So I watched a little bit and went, yep, that went badly.
I watched Travels with My Father on Netflix instead.
I heard that's good.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's good.
You see, I'd rather have something that makes my life better.
It's actually kind of cute and charming. Yeah. Oh, someone lasted 3 minutes in the debate.
Yeah, man. I know it. It's
So I think it's fairly safe to say that the winner of the debate was Jo Jorgensen.
Oh yeah. Here, let me we have some visuals. Let's put that up.
Yes, definitely put those visuals up. So yeah. And oh my God, I love this one so hard.
So Trump acted childish during that debate. I'm surprised Biden didn't try to sniff him.
Wah, wah, wah.
That's true. Oh man. It is. They both have weird looks on their faces. I don't know if that's just their normal looks, but you know.
Oh, you know, it's a freeze frame when you're talking, you know.
Oh yeah. I've tried to take pictures. Like I've done pictures of everybody during their presentations, and it always looks weird because either get the mouth open or the eyes shut, or there's a weird where you're looking out in the audience. So if you can get a good picture of somebody when they're presenting, it
always looks so odd.
You know, like I can usually take like 1,000 pictures and there'll be at least one or two that are pretty good. But you know, like,
and remember, friends don't post photos of friends without photo editing them.
I know.
Snapseed is your friend.
I've sent them to you just because I'm like, clean this up, make it look good. I know you can do it, because sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't know, man. But you have like that kung fu, like Photoshop skills. That's a good thing.
And it's free.
Okay, so
yes.
Who won?
So this was from Debate Watchers. So they polled people who actually watched this thing. God love them.
Yeah.
And said, did the debate make you more likely to vote for? 57% said neither.
Yeah.
Neither.
It's like, nope, I don't want either of these bozos. Nope. Wow, 11% to Trump. That is pretty bad.
I mean, that's dismal. That is dismal.
It is.
So I think it is pretty clear that, and I will tell you that immediately what happened, right when the debate happened, donations to Jorgensen's campaign and to the Libertarian Party skyrocketed. The other thing that happened, and they kept trying to increase capacity, is the website for Jo Jorgensen kept crashing over and over.
I heard
and they kept increasing capacity, but it just kept crashing, and it did it like for almost 12 hours.
So everybody after that was like, okay, I got to look at this Jo Jorgensen chick. Maybe I'll vote for her, because holy crap.
The top The top Google searches during and right after the debate were porn. The second one was, do we need a president?
Yeah, that's a good question sometimes.
The third one was, how can I emigrate to?
They want to leave the country totally.
But number 4 was libertarian presidential candidate.
Hell yeah. Which she should have been at the debates anyway.
She should have been at the debate.
There
are only 3 candidates, because they're always like, well, we can't have everyone on the debate. That would be like 500 candidates. There are only 3 candidates who are on the ballot in all 50 states plus DC. 3.
Yeah.
You're telling me we can't have 3 candidates on there when in the Democratic primaries we had how many candidates up there?
Yeah.
I mean, we had like so many they couldn't even really get to all of them.
It's
right?
doable.
So they're saying, oh, no, we can't do it. The other thing is, on the 5 polls that they use to see, because you have to get at least 15% to be included in the debate.
Yeah.
On all 5 of those polls, Jo Jorgensen isn't even an option. So how can you even make the poll? There we go.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, they call you and they say, hey, would you want to see these?
And I received one of those calls.
Oh, yeah.
And they said, if you absolutely had to vote for either Trump or Biden, who would it be? And I said, I would shoot myself in the head and end my misery. And then click. They hang up on you.
Yeah.
So like you can't even say you would vote.
None of the above. You can't say that. It's not an option.
So that's the qualification. Those are the polls to qualify to get in the debate, but she's not even listed on there. So is it rigged? Gee, I wonder, since everyone on the debate commission is a former head of either the GOP or the DNC.
Yes, it's total BS. They make it impossible because you don't even get an option. And I bet you if they had an option, they would have gotten enough to at least get the chance.
So I was watching, so Jo Jorgensen was on just right before our podcast with Matt Kibbe and with Reason and Representative Justin Amash, who is our libertarian. He's the Libertarian Party, Congress critter. So what Amash said was, how this should be done, how the presidential candidate, how they should do that debate is, if you're on enough ballots, and I hope I'm paraphrasing this correctly, if you're on enough ballots that you could gain the presidency, right? You could get enough votes to gain the presidency. You should be included on the debate stage.
Yeah. There shouldn't be like another a poll that makes it happen. If you are one of the top candidates on every state, you should be on there. I don't care.
And then he said, and then if there's later debates, say they have a series of debates, then you can go by percentage after that. Yeah. But for that first one, at the very least, for that first one, if people have if there are enough people that have the opportunity to vote for a president that they can statistically make that electoral college win, they should be on that debate stage.
Yeah. And how are people?
Doesn't that seem reasonable?
Yeah, it seems totally reasonable. And I mean, without seeing a candidate, how can you make a decision? How can you make an informed decision if you don't have that opportunity? So,
well, and it's very purposeful. Because what they do by only allowing the 2 old parties on the stage on the presidential debate is that signals to everyone there are only 2 candidates.
Yes. And
then people say to you, well, if your candidate was really viable, they would have been on the debate stage.
It reminds me of, I don't know if you watched Black Mirror where they had the episode where they had one candidate. It was it. There's and the candidate. And you're like, okay, and then people would say, but shouldn't we have another choice? And they're like, no. It's the candidate, and she's here for you. And so, like, they were going to have a vote, and like, why are we voting? It's one person. There's no choice. And I was just like, oh, Black Mirror, you get me. And it's not just about like one or two candidates. It's like, why can't we have many choices even, if this is what people want?
And that is exactly right. Because the thing is, it's not about being fair to political parties. It's about being fair to voters.
Absolutely.
We should be able to hear from these candidates so we can make our decision. Yeah. They are blocking us from being able to hear from these candidates so that we can make our own decision. And as people saw last night, if you want better ideas, if you want different perspectives, if you want to break away from the evidence shit show that happened last night, you're going to need to include more voices and more perspectives, because that is going to bring the conversation back to actual solutions for the challenges that we are facing. Instead of just doing that tit for tat, like back and forth, right?
Right.
They will have to actually answer the questions, and they will have to have real solutions, and they will have to be different solutions. And it won't just be flashing gang signs and saying, shut up and all that kind of crap, right? It will be an actual policy discussion, and we, the voters, will be the winners of that. We're the beneficiaries of this.
Yes, that's the way it should be. It shouldn't be this this game that they've invented of like one of us is going to win, so haha, screw everyone else.
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
Well, here, I want to show more of the stuff I got out of this because I was like, I wanted to see your face. Let's see from the current slide. As you know,
that was my notice I got today.
Yep. And because we're talking about this could happen to us more than ever. Who knows? But you got to take risks in life, and I'm
not going to shut up.
No, I'm not going to shut up either. It's too important to be silent. And I did not get this, I will say, but I wouldn't be surprised if I did. So I'm totally preparing in case of the Zuccageddon or, Zuccapocalypse. I like that one. It could all happen tomorrow. We could all be gone. So, but we won't be forgotten. Because I will tell you, we also exist on YouTube.
Yes, we do.
So if nothing else, I might be putting more focus on that and moving stuff to Mayway if we have to. I'm hoping that we can have both. Why not?
I might be refreshing my drink. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's okay. I might be in a minute too because I just finished, but I will let you do yours first. I was trying to remember. Oh, yeah.
We had the rally.
Oh,
so
yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Trump-Biden debate is going to be like watching a rap battle between a jam printer and a dial-up internet tone. I like that. But then we go to the rally, I think. So,
yeah.
Here's these.
So that is my super adorable grandniece and nephew.
They're so cute.
My niece, Sarah, came and she brought her kids with her, and they came all the way from Austin, Minnesota. So we had the rally in Minnesota on Friday, and it was going to be Joe Jorgensen and Spike, but Joe wasn't feeling well. She had a sinus infection, which made it a little difficult to fly. But Spike, I'll tell you, he is an amazing, incredible speaker, and he had everyone wound up. And so in Minnesota, we are restricted on outdoor rallies, which I think is absolutely crazy that people are totally fine with a restriction on political speech and political rallies during a presidential year. And that's just totally fine. But, that's just me on my tangent there.
Yeah.
That whole political process and free speech and all that kind of stuff. Forget it. Whatevs.
Yeah.
But so we were capped at 250. And we came in at like 210 because we were, because here's the thing, in Minnesota, they're really aggressive about policing these things, and they fine you per person, and it's thousands of dollars per person. But, we got really close to our cap. We had a lot of people there. it was a great rally. And we had, there's Spike being amazing. And people loved him and they were very engaged with him. And let me tell you, he stayed for about 2 hours after the rally and people had selfies with him and were just chatting with him. He's incredible. And he's an incredible, decent human being. Like I love him. And he joined us for dinner afterwards, which was a lot of fun. And oh my God, is he funny. But it was a really good rally. And you can see all the people there. And yes, people were distanced. We were distanced. Although we're Minnesotans, we would have distanced anyway.
Yeah, we like it that way.
Yeah, that's not a problem. But, we had all the yard signs for people to take home with them. The nice thing was I was approached by 2 different couples as the rally was ending. And one couple said to me that they were there because a former state rep in my area that just harasses the hell out of me has just been going on and on and on about the evils of libertarians and for them to not vote for me and to not vote for our mayoral candidate because we're evil libertarians. Mm-hmm. And it's just like the worst thing ever. And we eat babies and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, they're delicious.
And, I know. Well, it's like veal. It's like veal. And so, and his posting has been so over the top and so vile that they decided to come, staunch DFLers. And so they decided to come and just check it out. And by the time they left, they were carrying a Joe Jorgensen sign and they're voting for me and they're voting for a mayoral candidate. And they also said, you know what? We have realized we aren't Democrats. We've been Democrats since we were teenagers. We're libertarians. And then we had another couple who had a very similar story. They came there because they had heard such bad things about libertarians that people were telling them that we were selfish and we weren't community minded and we didn't care about civil rights and blah, blah, blah. Also switched to Libertarian Party.
That's not true. Seriously. The main thing I really love about libertarians is we're not authoritarian. We look out for community. We find solutions to help each other out. And I think everything I thought I knew about libertarians has totally changed in the past 10 years. And I was fed the Kool-Aid. I drank it, and then all of a sudden I went, wait, it's a lie. So I encourage people to at least look into it. Understand if you really are like, yes, I know I hate them. I hate those libertarians. Look into why. Why do you think you do? And then see if it's true.
Yeah. But it was an incredible rally.
That's awesome.
They were great. And like all libertarian rallies, we left the park cleaner than it was when we arrived.
Well, and that's a beautiful park right there.
It is it's a taxpayer paradise right there. So that park is Nicollet Commons Park in Burnsville, and it is a truly gorgeous park. It is. And next to a great restaurant. But no, it was a perfect venue, and you could not have asked for better weather that night. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't cold. I mean, it was just gorgeous. So, and we had people from all over Minnesota. We had people from all different backgrounds, all different ages. It was really incredible. And and it was also neat hearing about, why people were there and what interested them and all that kind of stuff. So, and I will tell you, we if there was not the cap, we could have easily had way more people there. Way more people.
I am so glad that it went off without a hitch. People were really excited and they got to have some good information from it. And, it's just such a beautiful thing. You looked at all the people there, they're all smiling, and it just made me happy. That's awesome. So, do do you think that I saw the other day that Joe was it Cincinnati or Cleveland? I can't remember. Cleveland, and she was doing an interview during when they had the debates, and you know what? And that I actually did watch. So
I will watch.
I will say I posted that on my Facebook page if you wanted to check it out. But it was really nice to hear an educated, thoughtful person who had strong answers to questions or very similar to what were said in the debates, and it made my stomach not turn. So
right?
Yes. So honestly, I hope more people at least check her out.
It's like a smart, mature, cognitively functioning, decent human being with good ideas that seems to actually care about other people.
Oh yeah. And she does.
She does. So, I mean, and she when she meets people and that kind of stuff and she connects with them, like she texts them and just checks in with them, like, how you doing? And same with Spike. Spike is amazing at that too. You know, he checked back later with me and he's like, hey, how's everything going? You know, so it's not even like we were coming to an event, so he needed to interact with me and that kind of stuff. And same with Joe. You know, I was checking with her to make sure she was feeling better and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, and she checked in with me and, you know, was letting me know, you know, I'm starting to feel better, you know, soldiering on, that kind of stuff. And how you doing? And I mean, like they actually care about you as a human being.
I think it's a great quality for presidential individuals to have empathy and kindness.
Yeah.
And
to not be sociopaths.
Yeah, and maybe a little diplomacy might be helpful as the leader of our entire country and in the global scheme.
Our bar is so low that we're completely okay with sociopaths.
Yeah.
Completely okay with them.
You know, there's some things where I just kind of go, wow, like, what would they do? like if somebody like fainted in front of them, would they stop and check if they're okay? That kind of thing. So I know, right? You want somebody that you don't think would run you over. That would be a good person. And that's my lowest, my lowest requirement is not like murder, not evil in any way. I would like that to be like the baseline, and when we work up from there, and then we get the top person who's like a great person in general, that would be like the best option. So I know, like, we got a spectrum here, and I don't know where these people that are the Republican and Democrat candidates fall in the actual spectrum, but I have my thoughts. But then again, like, I don't really want the Secret Service to come get me right now, so I don't care. No, I just don't care. He can do what he wants. And he will. He's a president, so whatever. Okay. I'm digging myself a hole. Crap. Come out the other side. Okay. So anyway.
Yes.
I think this is an amazing week.
It has been an amazing week. And so for those of you watching, what we do at the end of each show is we ask you to share one thing that happened during the past week that was awesome. Something that was really cool or awesome that you loved. It can be something small. It can be something big, but just like some good news, something that made you happy in your life this past week. And then if you put your comments down, we share them on the screen. Heather and I share ours, and that we think that by sharing our happiness and our good things, like, that just brings us all up. So if you do have your one awesome thing, please do share it in the comments, and we will pop it on there.
Yes, I love good news. And that I think we need more than ever in this year.
Oh my God, yes.
Good news.
Yes.
So my good news this week is my grandma turned 96 years old. And that woman, she was like, she drove fast, she lived hard, she smoked cigarettes, she was a sassy church secretary, and they flew airplanes, and like they went everywhere, and Like, she is just a neat lady, and I'm so glad that she's still in our lives, and she's, that woman, she just keeps going. I don't know. I always kind of wonder, with genetics, like, am I going to be like living to 100?
It's a good indication. So yeah, it's a good
indicator. Hope so. I hope I'm like sassy like that too. Like, I think sometimes our hearing gets worse as we get older, but I think when she hears you, she has snappy comebacks. So I'm just like saying, so that was good. Happy birthday, Grandma. I love you very much. And I see Debbie has a birthday that she wanted.
Yes.
14.
Her granddaughter turned
14 years old.
Kira turned 14.
I know. Can you imagine?
I saw the picture, but I'm like, I remember when Kira was born.
I do too. It was like a baby.
Yeah.
A baby in my mind. But then again, like a lot of people I think are, like they should still be little kids. And here, my sister-in-law, happy birthday, Grandma. Sophia scored a goal at her first birthday. Andy got to see that. He said that was awesome. And she is a really good soccer player. And
fantastic.
And she's getting really tall too. It's like one of these days I'm gonna be like, oh crap. Because like that side of the
How old is Sophia?
Yeah, how old is Sophia? Is she like 15 now? Yeah. It's like she's 4. Yeah, I know. Yeah, age is really weird because, like, I always think everybody's all kind of the same age all the time, and then all of a sudden you're like, no, he's almost
27.
30, 27, 15.
You had it right. You had it right.
I got it. I was like, you know what? I'll tell you my secret is if I'm not quite sure with like those teenage and pre-teenage girls, I always say a year older than I think it is because I figure if I say too old, they'll be like, oh, I'm not 16. I'm like, you're just so mature. That's a trick. So
she loves
her. I love my Sophia. I love Gigi and Sophia. They're the best girls, and I love them very much too. And I love you too, Lexi. That's awesome.
So I had 2 awesome things. The big awesome thing is I went on a trip with my parents.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, so we live in Minnesota for those of you who don't know. And my son and his now fiance live in Colorado. And so I picked up my parents and we drove through South Dakota and saw a lot of really awesome things and fed prairie dogs because I love feeding prairie dogs.
We talked about that last week, though, Karen.
Love it. I don't care. I'm going to say it again.
I know.
So we fed the prairie dogs and we did that trip and then we saw the kids and we came back and all that kind of stuff. But that ties into something that's coming up.
Yes.
My niece is getting married this weekend, so we're prepping for that. Yay! And my kids are back. So my kids are back, and we'll do that.
That'll be awesome. So you get to see more of your kids.
Yes. So I'm pretty excited I'm not excited about cleaning for that, but whatever.
No, it'll be fine. They can deal.
But the Joe Jorgensen rally, which turned into the Spike rally.
Yes.
Which was totally fine.
Awesome, by the way. So I think everyone should.
It turned out really well. I mean, you're always like freaking out, getting ready for it, and there's last minute things. And I was trying to do those last minute things while I was on that trip with my parents and get that set. But it went really well. So I'm pretty happy about that. So
I think everyone should know that you work your ass off for events and you help people out. You're always.
I had a really good team, though.
You work really great with everyone, but you're always working behind the scenes. And I don't think people realize how hard you do work for this, and I appreciate.
I mean,
you.
Pat Barnum was amazing. Ryan Waterbury was amazing. He did our press releases. Chris Holbrook emceed the event.
Oh my God.
We also had Brandy Nicole. I mean, she did organized the volunteers, which
we need lots of volunteers.
Oh my God. We had probably 14, 15 volunteers. I mean, it was just, everything went so smoothly and amazingly, and it was really good. So, I mean, we had a really good team of volunteers that helped.
So I will say, not only thank you, Cara, but thank everyone who made all of that possible. Because you know what, Minnesota's got some amazing people who really work their butts off, and I am so glad to be a part of that. And they're nice people. I love it.
Yes. So it was good. So no, a lot of good things have been happening, and I have good things to look forward to. So this weekend's going to be amazing, seeing my boy and his woman again, and my family for the wedding of my niece.
I am so happy. You're going to have to talk about that next week. So I'm excited about it. Hopefully, knock on wood.
I got to figure out what I'm going to wear.
You have cute clothes. You could wear. I mean, but the thing is, okay, like how cute do you want to go? Because like you don't want to outshine the bride. Like do something like
no chance of that.
You're gorgeous.
But I mean, you always wonder. So
what's appropriate?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like they always have these like weird frumpy outfits that the mothers are supposed to wear and stuff. And I'm like, that's BS. Wear what you feel comfortable and look cute.
So I got a new purple suit.
Oh, I want to see the purple suit. Yeah.
And when I picked it out, my husband looked at it very dubiously and he goes,
purple?
Do you really think you can carry that color off?
Oh, how rude. Of course I can. And I've done that where I'm like, yes, I can. And I put it on.
It's an outdoor wedding, Lexi.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, here's the thing. So it's fall, it's outdoors, but it's indoors, but I'm sure we'll be outdoor for a little bit. I don't know. I don't know what to wear. What do you wear in these days, right? Because although it's indoors, will we kind of be outdoors? I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, honestly, just like this whole year, if you're not wearing pajamas, you're dressed up. So whatever.
That's actually a good point.
So I feel like go with what's comfortable, put it on, look at yourself and go, does this feel right? Yes. And then just go with it. No.
So I'll either go with a gray sweater dress.
Yeah.
Because her colors are gray and orange. And then I can get like a big orange necklace.
Yeah.
Or I'll wear the purple suit.
Yeah. I think you're going to love it either way. And sometimes it's one of those in the moment things.
It might be in the moment of, when you're trying something on and you look in the mirror and you decide if you look fat or not.
You're like,
and whether you need to take those clothes off and throw them onto the floor to punish them for making you look ugly or not. So
it's a lie. I don't look like that. I look hot. So
all right. Next week I will bring pictures of what I decided to wear, and then we can decide, did Cara look fat or not?
No, you're not fat. Oh, yeah. Lexi says take both. And then you can do a costume change in the middle. Leave. Also, you're wearing a totally different outfit. And then just keep doing that every so often. Just changing what the hell is happening? I love it.
Exactly. Oh, we are over time.
Oh, we are. Oh, I'm sorry.
We were chatty. Sorry.
It just happens. So I hope you guys all have a great week. What else? We'll see you next week and hear all about Cara's adventures and weddings and stuff. And have a wonderful week and a happy October. Enjoy it. So see you guys later. Have a great day. We love you.